Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, hello and welcome. And as you can already tell by the title of this video, this is going to be how I survived my freshman year of college. I don't really know how long this video is going to be. I feel like it's going to be a decent length. So you might want to grab your favorite drink and your favorite mug because this might take a while. So just to be honest, this video might be all over the place, but I did write a couple of things down just to stay on track with a couple of things. So the first thing that I want to talk about is being thrown into adulthood. Now, like I talked to you guys once before in a video maybe that I made in December around Christmas time, I told you guys that I was transitioning from moving all the way to the South to the West. So I go to school in Los Angeles, but I currently live in Arizona because my family decided to move and it was just this whole big thing. So when I started to go to school in Los Angeles, it was a very big change for me. You know, I'm not used to what these people out here are used to. You know, I'm a good old Southern girl. I may talk a little country sometimes, and you know, it's just a big adjustment. But moving out into Los Angeles was honestly a really good experience for me. My freshman year, of course, you have your bumps and your ups and downs and your trials and tribulations, but overall, I would say it has been a really good experience for me. Now, when I first moved into my dorm, it is an apartment styled dorm because my school bought a couple different apartments around the area that my school is in, and they just turned them into dorms. So my dorm, I lived with 6 other girls, 6 other women, 6 other people, 6 other human beings. And with me being an only child and never having to really share, never really having anyone in my personal space was a big adjustment for me, because living with 6 other people and sharing 2 common areas, which were the bathroom and the kitchen. So in the beginning of me transitioning into adulthood, it was a very scary experience because with me being an only child and an only grandchild and never really having that many responsibilities, it was a big adjustment. But I knew within myself that I could handle it and that I was prepared with the advice that I've been giving my senior year. And even the people that are in my family have always supported me and guided me in a very strong direction. So I felt that I was able to handle whatever life had to throw at me. So with being thrown in adulthood, I mean just making sure you're waking up for your classes, making sure you're taking care of yourself, making sure you have money to feed yourself, buying groceries, making sure you put gas in your car. And with my particular situation, I had to make sure I had gas in my car to get from A to B, and making sure I had spending money if I wanted to hang out with my friends, or even saving some that my parents gave me because I did not have a job my freshman year. I just felt like I would have been too overwhelmed and had too much going on to balance school and work. I know a lot of people can do it, but I felt for my freshman year, I just wanted to focus on school, and so that's what I did. And also buying groceries was a very important thing because I wanted to be responsible in the sense of not spending so much money eating out. Other people that I knew did that a lot, but I knew that their bank account was dwindling down by the end of the week. So if you buy groceries, meal prep, make sure you have everything that you need for the week as far as eating. Your eating schedule, I would have been set. So that was a very helpful thing for me. And just I wanted to make sure that I was responsible with the money that was given to me by my parents, because if you ask your parents for money and they say, what happened to that $350 that I gave you 2 weeks ago, you're gonna be looking lost and stupid. So just making sure you are responsible with teachers, your parents, even your car, making sure you have gas in your car, making sure that you're turning in your homework assignments, because this is all on you now. Nobody's here to hold your hand or guide you or tell you, oh, it's okay. You have to be responsible for you, and you have to make yourself a #1 priority. And that's one thing that I have really learned my freshman year of, I was gonna say high school, of college. Now, I kind of already touched on this already, but financially responsible, being financially responsible. And some people may not think that it's a big deal, especially when you're a young adult, but I feel that is so, so important, because if you're not financially responsible, what are you going to do when you graduate college, or say you get your own place, or you're paying for your own car stuff, or if you're paying for anything and you don't know how to budget money properly, you're gonna be lost, and you're gonna be stuck, and you're gonna be looking stupid, because nobody's gonna help you, especially if you come from one of those families that it's like, this is you're all on your own. You're not gonna know what to do because you weren't responsible with what you should have been responsible with. So as far as my money situation, I got allowance from my mom and also my grandmother. I'm not going to tell you guys the exact amount because I feel like that's a little bit personal. But with the amount of money that I got, I spent it on two main important things: groceries and gas. My second semester of college, I did not have my car because the parking pass that my school had was very, 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 very expensive. So I thought it would be in my best interest to not have a car for my second semester, save that money instead of putting it towards gas, and use it for other things or save it. So my second semester of college, I was really just spending money on groceries and other little things that I wanted to, if I wanted to go out to eat with my friends or just get an Uber. Especially not having a car and living in a place like Los Angeles, you either have to have a car or have a good job to have Ubers like that, because you have to think about it. Ubering back and forth, getting groceries, things of that nature, it's a lot. So you just have to make sure you're being smart with your money. And especially with me going to a place that was so expensive, I had to be frugal with my money. And even those times that I was broke and struggling, because best believe homegirl sometimes was broke and struggling, but I handled it, I survived, and look, I am here to tell my story. Now this, I feel, is so important, living with people. And with my situation, I feel like living with 6 people was very extreme, and I felt like my school was very wrong for doing me and my roommates like that, because the space that we lived in was not big, the bathroom wasn't big, the kitchen wasn't big, nothing in that room was big. So how my house was set up, my apartment, we had a little hallway so it was the door, right? And then you have a little hallway and it like a little cut, and then once you go straight down the hallway is a room. So in that room were 2 bedrooms for 2 people to sleep in, and then once you came out of that separate room, we had like a living room situation, because it was basically a living room, and in that living room were 4 other people. So there is no personal space, there is no you time, there is no none of that, because y'all are all in this box together looking at each other day and night, which was a big adjustment for me. And plus, on top of that, living with 6 girls is a lot, because some people aren't clean, some people don't know how to clean up behind themselves, some people don't know how to clean at all. And with me going to college, I honestly learned a lot about different people and different people's backgrounds and things of that nature. And you really find it interesting, because when you're raised a certain way, you don't necessarily expect everyone else to be raised that certain way, but it is just so interesting to see how some people may not know how to do this, or some people may be elevated in this area of life. And it's just really interesting figuring out new people, especially the people that you're living with. So my first semester, I had 6 roommates, including myself. And the main problem that I had my first semester, I did touch on this a little bit in my last video when I was telling you guys a little update about my life, but I could never get any sleep. I could never get any sleep. I had one particular roommate who was very popular, knew a lot of people, who had a lot of friends, and they would all come over to my house. And don't get me wrong, I like to turn out, woody woo, but there's a time and a place for that, and I just felt like it was happening every night, and I couldn't go to bed or get a decent amount of rest until 2-3 o'clock in the morning. And everybody has 9 a.m. classes. I had 9 a.m. classes every other day my first semester, and that wasn't okay with me. I value my sleep. I feel like sleep is very important, so you can be energized and ready and prepared for the next day. So I had a very big problem with that. And also cleanliness. Before I even before we even really started getting into the mojo of college, I let them know my ground rules about cleanliness, because I grew up in a family that is like pretty much neat freaks, especially my grandmother. When I lived with my grandmother, she's like, you need to clean, you need to wipe down the baseboards, you need to spray, get all this dust. Like it was a bit extreme, but I'm truly grateful for all of those things that I had to go through, because now I know what is acceptable and what is not. So I just had a very big problem with people cleaning up behind themselves, the bathroom looking disgusting. Nobody would clean the bathroom. The trash wouldn't get dumped. The kitchen would look a hot mess. Dishes are piled in the sink for weeks at a time, and that just, it drove me crazy. And you would probably think like, hey, you never vocalized like this is unacceptable. I did. Multiple times. And when it's 1 against 5, you're not gonna get hurt, nothing's gonna be done. And that's why I told you guys I was gonna move out. But my second semester, 2 of those roommates moved out, and so it was 4 of us left. So the same 2 girls in the room, and then me and the other girl in the living room area. So we had that space to ourselves for months. And so towards the end of the semester, my education department, or whatever you want to call it, decided to bring in 2 other girls at the last minute. Remind you, we have what, 3-4 weeks left of school, so I felt like that was a little ridiculous, and that was just a whole nother thing. So with living with people, you need to set ground rules. You need to let whatever be known, because if you don't speak up for yourself, if you let all the things that are bothering you go to the wayside, you're gonna get pushed over, and people are never going to take your feelings into consideration unless you vocalize them. So living with people, I would recommend just being highly vocal, setting ground rules, and not just say you need to be the only one setting ground rules. Everyone needs to like have a conversation saying, hey, I like this, I don't like this, this is what I think is respectable, and this is what I think is not. So I just feel like having an open talking ground feel is very important in laying down ground rules. So when you go to college, depending if you stay in your state, your city, whatever, or even move across your country like I did, you're gonna encounter new people. Different people from different backgrounds, religions, ethnicities. It's just gonna be a whole shebang. So with that, you have to be open-minded, and you have to be open to the different type of people that you are going to encounter into your everyday life. So with that being said, you're going to find new people to be your friends. You're going to be into different friend groups that you probably thought you would never be into, because you know, it's college, it's a different experience than high school, and it's just a whole nother ball game. So with that being said, I feel like with friend groups to me are a lot, depending on what type of friends you have. And with me going to a performing arts school, a drama school, there is a lot of drama, because it's just, I don't know, I hate like that stereotype that, oh, it's the drama school, so it's so dramarous. But it is, even if you're not friends with these people. I remember my first semester of college, I wasn't as open as I was second semester, because I just kind of wanted to stay focused on school. I didn't really want to get into anybody's business. But then my second semester of college, when I really started opening up to people, I found out all the tea, who was sleeping with who had what, who was doing it where. Baby, it was just so much going on. It blew my mind. And so I was always a very big person on communication. Communication is so important. And trust me, I don't want to sit here and be a hypocrite. I have not always been the best at communication. There has been time for people who have told me, B, you need to get better with your communication because you a big old hypocrite. And I was like, okay. And plus with the family background that I had, they're very big in like mental health and things of that nature. So that is very important for you to learn how to communicate with somebody. Say if you're having a disagreement with someone in the friend group and it starts to turn awkward, or someone has drama with this person and the other friends don't know what to do. Because I've been in that situation. You have to learn how to have a conversation with someone without talking at them, without yelling at them, without trying to be so aggressive with your point. You have to learn how to bring it to a zero, and just learn how to talk to that person, and coming from a place of genuineness and love and kindness, and not trying to hurt the other person's feeling, because people very quickly can take things the wrong way. So you just want to make sure you go into something cool, calm, and collected. Honestly, that is the motto that you need to go by, because if you don't, it could be blown out of proportion really, really quickly. So I would say going into college and making new friends and going through things with these new friends that you will have, just learn how to communicate. I promise you that's really all you need in a friendship, whether it's with a group or one person or even a relationship. Communication is a very, very big factor that plays in relationships, whether that is intimately or just friendly. Now, speaking of relationships and intimacy and things of that nature, dating in college. So don't get me wrong, I wasn't really trying to like find my husband or the person I'm going to be with in college. I was just kind of doing me, you know, and plus I had just got out of something pretty serious, so I wasn't really like trying to shoot my shot with anybody. There were a couple people that I had my eye on, but I was still really focused on school, that I didn't even want to get off track with the whole dating situation and blase. But my only advice that I would give if you want to date in college, I particularly never wanted to talk to somebody at my school, because I feel like that is still kind of like high school, especially because we are all living in the same building. Ray and them, TT Quan and them still living in the same building down the street. You could just walk over there, and so many people can talk about you, and rumors can be spread because this is true and this may not be true, and I just didn't want to deal with all of that. So I never wanted to date anybody or talk to anybody from my school, just to avoid drama like that. So whenever I did my dating or talking to or whatever I was doing, I will always do it outside of school, because then nobody knows your business unless you want to tell your business. And I only told my friends, okay? And I don't use that word with everybody. And also, don't call everyone your friends, because they will show you their true colors very quickly. And honestly, I just feel like people need to learn how to be comfortable being by themselves, learning themselves first. Because honestly, college is a learning experience. It is more than just the reading and the papers and the assignments and the presentations that you have to do. It is about finding who you are, going through your trials and tribulations with school, with yourself, with friends, with relationships, with everything. You have been thrown into life, and you have to learn how to adjust and I don't think equipped is the word I want. Adapt very quickly to the situation. And that's also you learning how to handle that, you know? So it's just very important. So with dating, I would say if you want to talk to somebody at your school, just keep it casual. Don't make a big deal about it, because honestly, boys or girls, they are dramas. People are just dramas, and things could turn into things that you don't even want it to turn into, that you probably didn't even know it was turning into until a drunken night, and then somebody done spilled the tea and everybody like. So just kind of keep it low-key until it's turning serious, until it's a mutual understanding with you and the other person that it is becoming something more than just talking or dating. So I would just say keep to yourself, keep your business low-key, don't tell everyone, because everybody, for one, doesn't deserve to know. Two, everyone's not your friend. And three, it ain't nobody business. Now, this is something that I think is very important as well. When you're moving into a new area, it is important, and like please, it is so important to learn the city that you're in. Now, my first semester, which is 4 months, I didn't vocalize that earlier. So the semesters for my school are 4 months. So my first semester is 4 months, and then my second semester is 4 months. So altogether 8 months. So my first semester, even though I had a car, believe it or not, I did not get out as much, because my school is very like fast paced, and you do have a lot to do, so you really don't have time. That's why I honestly didn't have time to make videos as much as I would like to. But now that it's summer and I have free time, I'm just going to be hitting you guys with that stuff, hitting you with it. Boom, boom. But even though I had a car, I did not get out that much. I didn't explore the city, and I live in Los Angeles. Like, it is a beautiful place, beautiful beaches, beautiful restaurants to go to, just little spots to go to, and I'm sitting here not doing anything with my life. Even on the weekends when I had time to, I did not explore as much as I should have. But my second semester, when I really started getting comfortable with people and really making friends, I got out, I was at this place, I went to Malibu, I went to Venice, I explored different eateries, I explored different museums. And especially with the one person I'm thinking in particular that I had with to explore, like we pretty much did everything together, and she forced me to do things. And plus you need people like that to force you and motivate you to do things. So she forced me to get out into the city and explore, and she wanted me to see, like, this is what Los Angeles has to offer you. And wherever you go, if you live in Arizona, if you live in Atlanta, if you live in freaking Ohio, go explore your city and don't be like so scared, because fear will hold you back. People will be in their own way. So just don't think about it too much. Go out, explore, be young, see what your city has to offer you, and just really absorb that and like enjoy it, because college will not last forever. You may not even live in that city. You just go to school there. For me, like an example, I live in Arizona. I only live in Los Angeles when I go to school. So I'm so glad that my second semester I found someone to go on adventures with, to explore with, to go around the city and just, I don't know, be ratchet with. So I would highly recommend you find someone. Don't ever go out by yourself, because this day and time is not safe. It is not safe. It is not safe. I don't recommend that. So find friends, make good friends, genuine friends that care about your well-being and that will keep you safe at the same time. So it's a mutual understanding that I care about you, you care about me, let's go do it. So go exploring, see the city, see what your city has to offer you, and it's going to be so much fun, and I promise you will not regret it. And that's pretty much all I have to talk about with what I've learned in my freshman year. You just make sure you're being responsible. You're making yourself the #1 priority. Yes, please have fun and do everything that your little heart desires, but also be responsible while you're doing it. Even if you're getting into drinking and everything, underage drinking, whatever, it's gonna happen in college. That's just real life, because you're gonna find friends, find people that are the age of 21 and older who are gonna buy you drinks and buy you whatever. So I would just recommend being responsible with yourself, with your money, with the people that you surround yourself with, because all of those play a big important factor in your life, and you just want to make sure you're having fun while you're doing it and also being safe. So I hope this video was helpful. If you guys want me to make another college video like this, please just let me know and give me a thumbs up. And I just hope this video was helpful, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.